Hi there, I'm Debo Ajayi, popularly known as the strategist. Today's video, I'd like to quickly talk to you about business growth and scale, right? How to grow your business and how to scale same. And the direction or the principle of growth and scale that I would like to speak about is the principle of VCAP, or what in business strategy we call the VCAP framework, right? The VCAP framework, or the value creation or the value maximization principle, also called the value maximization principle, is the mathematical equation that simply states value is a function of capabilities multiplied by assets plus processes. Let me take that again, all right? The value maximization principle states that value is a function of, or is a derivative of, or we get value from capabilities multiplied by our assets plus processes. So let's break this down. As a business, there definitely is a value set that you are already making available to your market. That's why you're in business. Someone or a group of persons are currently paying you for what you have to offer, either for your product or for your service, right? Now, if I'm looking at scaling or growing that business, right, there's this simple framework, which I just described, that I can use. I want to multiply the value, right, that I'm making available to the market. What are the touch points I want people to pay attention to in being able to do this? The first touch point is understanding your capabilities. Your capabilities, like I've said before, are the combination or the alignment within your system that has to do with your systems, your people, and your processes. And there's a lot that can be said here, right? I've come across many organizations that do not have alignment between what is going on with their people and the processes and systems they've set in place. The entire essence of processes and systems is not to set up a sort of demigod that is being worshipped, right? Which I have seen that a lot of companies in Africa get wrong, right? We are bigger on the systems and the processes than on our people. Now, of course, we agree that systems and processes is what brings alignment, structure, direction, discipline to the people that work within the organization. But we must never forget that systems and processes were made for people. People were not made for systems and processes. And I hope you really understand and decode what I just said, which means that we can very easily replace a system and a process if it is not serving the people that are doing the work to advance the business. So my first point of call in my organization must be the people, the quality of the team, of the people that are put together, the depth of their initiative and creativity, the depth of their discipline and consistency, the depth of their capacity and their ability to work together as a team and therefore create value for that business as an entity. All right. So systems and processes were made for people. People were not made for systems and processes, which means that we are ready to flip the script. We are ready to change the system as long as it does not serve the collective objective that we have set and put in motion as a business. This is extremely, all right, important. Extremely important. Extremely, let me say it one more time, important. So when I'm looking at increasing or maximizing my value or scaling my value, right? And this is the better way to think about scaling. I have worked with a lot of entrepreneurs and come across a lot of entrepreneurs who the first thing that comes to their mind when we talk about the principle of scaling is profit. Oh, I want to make money. Oh, I want to double the numbers. Listen, if you're going to double your numbers, you double your value, right? Either in quality or in quantity, which means I either bring in the concept of variety to my value creation set, right? I either bring in the concept of what? Variety to my value creation set, which basically means that I give the audience I already have options, or I increase the reach of the current value sets that I have. You get it? I can increase that reach geographically, right? I can increase that reach cross-functionally, but my ability right, to scale is by multiplying my value set. And I just give you some examples about how to do that, right? Now, in maintaining and sustaining, right, the multiplication of my value creation set, in fact, I can't even multiply my value set outside of understanding and improving and increasing, right, the alignment within my capabilities, right? That's super crucial, and I've explained capabilities. Then we said it is capabilities word multiplied by assets plus processes, right? The assets there are the resource sets available to you. So the value set, the value quantity your business is currently generating is a function, no doubt, of a certain amount of resources that the organization is currently consuming, which means that I am putting in XYZ amount of resources to produce ABC amount of product or services. And so if I'm thinking about or looking at multiplying my value, then I must properly assess, right, the trade-off in my assets category. I must understand how to ensure the maintenance and the sustenance of the current value I'm making available to my market while increasing my asset category, right, to make more value available. What are examples of assets that a business has? Of course, number one, financial capital, right? Financial capital is often a major requirement in multiplying the value set in that business. You also have people capital, which means that depending on what the value set is, you might need to hire more people or upskill the people you already have to scale the value set you are currently operating with, right? You also have social capital, which is the goodwill, the reputation of the brand in the market and economy that you currently work in. Because then it is easier to scale into new geographies when you have good brand representation, good brand reputation in the market that you currently serve. All right. So that is very crucial. And these are a few touch points to understand about your assets category. And then of course your processes, how you do what you do is super important. Are you going to have to, because in talking about processes, we're looking at what we call operating systems, right? And then we ask or we look at questions around, what should be prioritized in our processes across the functions of our costs, our quantity, our flexibility, and our flow time. One way I like to look at it though is factors that speak to operating excellence, which is I must be able to understand the flow around my costs, like I just said, right? Around my variety, right? Which speaks to quality in my organization, right? I must be able to understand the flow time or my production cycle within that ecosystem as well. So never forget, if I'm looking at scaling the value that my business is currently operating, then I must look at this equation and understand that value is a function of my capabilities multiplied by my assets plus my processes. I hope these few things that I shared has helped. As usual, kindly feel free to get in touch with the Debola Ajayi Company. Email is on the screen, info@debolaajayi.com. Send us an email as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, right, or as an employee in a company looking to get us or anyone from our suite of trainers, leaders, and coaches to come on board and train your team on some of these crucial concepts that we've talked about, or to also get into a one-on-one strategy session with you as an entrepreneur or as a business owner. We'll be pleased to work with you in achieving your goals moving forward. All right, thank you for listening. See you next time.